XRP is secretly getting ready for something huge. What would be the next huge explosion, and where do we see XRP in the coming days? How far do you think XRP will grow, and how far will the verdict of the ongoing lawsuit affect the coin? Stay tuned because we have a lot to cover and the time we have is very limited. And make sure to keep watching because we have an XRP fact that even you might not have been aware of. Welcome XRP Army, let's grow the XRP Lab community by pressing the like button and subscribe. Today we'll be speaking about XRP and how it's getting ready for something that will certainly blow your mind away. This price action will bring huge profit for all its investors and will also ensure a very good place for them in the market. Without any delays, let us jump straight into what we have for today. XRP is one of the most anticipated coins in the market. One of the major reasons for the increase in the prices is due to the highly anticipated lawsuit. XRP, as of July 4th, 2021, has been at 69 cents, with over 2% and close to 3% in the green. This is a very good indication, as the prices have been moving stably back to the higher marks. This will help in ensuring that the prices do not fall down to the lower levels as a result of unsustainability, which rose due to a major spike in the prices. Jeff McCaleb has been the co-founder of XRP. He's been selling XRP over a fixed period of time that he keeps on receiving each month as part of the deal he got into with XRP for being the one who created it. Recently, he sold over 240 million XRP tokens, which had a worth of around $157 million. This means that there has been a serious amount of tokens being sent into the market. Critics have been claiming that this is the reason why XRP is not able to increase in prices. As each month such an amount of XRP is sold, it results in a significant drop in the prices that further lead to a very unsustainable future for the coin. However, we think that this is a very wrong approach because all that's being done by the co-founder is all based on the contract he came into with XRP. There are no chances that XRP will agree to an arbitrary agreement that will prevent its value from rising. The amount of XRP that he can sell has been capped and limited to such an extent that it would not affect the overall price action of XRP. This is a very important clause that they ensure to be put into the agreement. This being the case, there are high chances that we'll not need to blame the sales made by the co-founder entirely for the stagnant growth in the prices of XRP. His plans of selling the tokens that he receives, therefore, has been a very controversial thing for the community. The smallest recovery that we see in the market has a huge effect on XRP. This is an indication of the fact that the community is very keen on having the coin back in action and getting rid of the lawsuit that's now forming an additional layer of threat for the price levels of XRP. It is very important for the prices to be able to break off through the said levels. We've already passed through the serious bottoms in the crypto market. Back in 2017, we had over 60% pullback in XRP prices, which occurred just around the all-time high of April. The crash that took place in May was, in fact, similar to that of what we saw in 2018. There were 5 waves down back then, which are exactly the same situation this time in May. XRP was seen showing a lot of action during the 2017 to 2018 bull season. It was perhaps one of the major times to be showing a lot of price actions. We also noticed a lot of fluctuations in the price over a short period of time. The situation that the coin is in as of now is similar in a lot of ways. This is what makes it more likely to be a repetition of history. If this is the case, we'll be able to see some increases in the prices over the short term. XRP has been on a bull run ever since the new year kicked off. The Ripple platform is itself built on an underlying distributed technology. The XRPLedger is a result of the same, which increased access and, therefore, all the features that are currently provided by them. There are high chances that we'll see a potential breakthrough for this coin from that point in time. The user experience will then increase, and people will be able to send and receive money in a manner like never before. Countries like China have been long claiming that the system that the cryptocurrencies use has been interfering with the financial systems in China. This is perhaps a very important issue that needs to be addressed. It is so because China is a very important market for cryptocurrencies. As a result of the alleged breaches by the cryptocurrencies into the financial systems of China, reports by Bloomberg suggest that they had summoned the higher officials to draft new policies that will ban the use of cryptocurrencies in China. This was a huge step taken by the government. These cryptocurrencies include the ones that were issued back in 2013. Risks are often associated with this process. Being untraceable has opened doors to many activities that under normal circumstances may be deemed illegal. This is the reason why we started with a lot of inconsistencies in the market. As this happened, Bitcoin started falling down in prices in a very abrupt manner, and the entire market started destabilizing. This was also the point where we started other coins falling in prices as well. Bitcoin especially fell really low and touched the $30,000 mark during the same time span. A lot of Bitcoin miners in China were shut down owing to the new regulations that have been put in. The authorities seemingly started getting much stricter, and the actions for not following the regulations were severe. A lot of miners, therefore, decided to get rid of the mining process, which yet again caused a lot of trouble for the Bitcoin community. However, even when the market fell badly, there were hopes that this could be the span that could lead to a huge growth back for Bitcoin. We currently seem to be going through the growth phase for Bitcoin, as the prices have started increasing steadily. Other than China, we also have the mining process underway in Kazakhstan, Russia, and a lot of other places. As the case against SEC sees no end to it, the chances are that we may continue to see them in the lower price brackets for some more time. This means that in the short term, XRP may not be able to reach higher marks. It will do so in a very gradual manner throughout the span of a couple of years after the case comes to an end. Assuming that the case goes ahead in favor of XRP, we'll be able to see a lot more investors jumping into XRP in a very short span of time. With a number of websites tracking the live progress of XRP being listed on various platforms, with immediate reminders being sent to the users who enroll for the same, we can see that the market for XRP seems to have been prepared already, much ahead of the verdict. In the worst case scenario, if the prices fall down from where they are currently, or if the case concludes against XRP, then we might witness further drops in the price. The target that we have for this coin currently is the $1 mark. We will be able to hit that mark in a very less time if things go in favor of XRP. There will be a lot of friction working against this milestone, especially due to the recent drifts in the market, and also because of the uncertainties that we have against XRP, having a prolonged effect on the coin even after the case comes to an end. By the end of 2022, the major factor that may determine the price of XRP will be the adaptability that the platform will be able to offer. As soon as it becomes able to integrate itself with a system that could make the banking transactions quick and reliable, we'll be able to notice a considerable price action, and will also reduce the exchange rates that affect the transactions in a huge manner. As they arm themselves up for all these updates, we will be able to see a major push through into the market, and this is what XRP is waiting for. So, let us now look at the fact of the day. Did you know that Ripple offers 3 different products, out of which only one uses the XRP token? As a matter of fact, even the flagship product that Ripple has does not use the XRP token yet. It's called Xcurrent, and is designed to allow the banks to transact with each other and to provide compatibility between currencies and not just the cryptocurrencies. Kindly note that prices of cryptocurrencies frequently change, so by the time you watch this video it might have changed to a whole new value. The information provided in this video does not constitute investment advice, financial advice, trading advice, or any other sort of advice, and you should not treat any of the content as such. The content in this video is for educational purposes only, and hence should not be considered as financial advice. Do conduct your own due diligence, and consult your financial advisor before making any investment decisions. Do you invest in XRP? Let us know in the comments. If you want to continue to know about XRP, we've got 2 more videos waiting for you on the end screen to check out. Make sure to subscribe and give us a thumbs up. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next video, my friend.